Hey, what's good, squad? Hey, B2Crazy back here with another banger. Today we got the fugitive crime, last interview with serial killers before execution. We're just gonna jump straight into it. I got my camera in a different spot today as usual. Green screen still behind me, as you guys can see. It is acting a little bit better today. It's still a little glitchy because I have a mesh chair, but we're gonna jump straight into it. As you guys can see, we have a weird ass clown on the screen, so you already know this is about to be a weird ass video. Let's see what these killers wanted or said before their execution. Let's jump straight into it.
Let's dive into the darkest corners of the human mind by exploring the last interviews with serial killers before their executions. Brace yourselves as we explore the minds of these notorious criminals and attempt to understand the unfathomable depths of their actions. Number 1. Ed Cole. In an exclusive television interview, a condemned killer, Ed Cole, reflects on his life, punishment, and the suffering he inflicted.
Why bro got two first names though?
Upon his victims. The interview takes place hours before his scheduled execution. As the interview begins, the interviewer asks Cole about the stress he is experiencing and whether it is becoming harder or easier to cope. Cole admits that the past few days have been emotionally draining, leaving him tired and weary.
But really, the last couple of days have been real emotionally, not mentally draining, not emotionally draining. Just feel tired and everything like that, exhausting.
However, he remains resolute in his
Hey, from a glance, y'all wouldn't even be able to tell he's like a serial killer. I wouldn't think. Shit. I mean, if you talk to him for a while, maybe, but like...
decision and does not express any desire to delay his execution.
I just don't care to.
When asked about his remorse for the victims, Cole acknowledges his sorrow, particularly for an 11-year-old girl murdered in 1967.
Especially the one that was the 11-year-old girl way back in 1967.
He reflects on the impact his actions may have had on her life and admits that even a 5-year sentence he once served did not alleviate his feelings of guilt.
And even doing that 5-year sentence, it wasn't enough. But I thought about it.
That's wild. I think he's saying like that 5-year sentence wasn't enough to like change anything of his ways. Like he's still going to be coming out doing the same thing he was doing for those 5 years for, you feel me?
And condemn myself for many years, because I can just imagine what her life might have been like.
Although he doesn't mention the victims' names, the interviewer asks about the religious aspect of his situation. Cole considers it a personal matter, but acknowledges its presence in his thoughts. The conversation shifts to concerns about potential pain during the execution process.
They don't have these anymore, right? Like these deathbeds. I swear I read in like Texas or somewhere they still do like you still get the death penalty, or you can still get killed for your actions or something. But I might be wrong about that. Let me know in the comments. Where'd my sound go? GG.
As it is the first time this type of pain during the execution process. Cole admits that he is worried, as it is the first time this type of execution is being carried out in the state.
You know, if I said if I wasn't concerned about that, I'd be lying. Because everybody wants...
Get up now!
Oh, ads every video. Let me know in the comments if y'all want me to get rid of these ads, bro.
to go the, easiest, most comfortable way.
He hopes for a comfortable and painless end, but the uncertainty leaves room for concern. When directly asked if he believes he deserves to die, Cole finds it difficult to answer.
I can't answer that question.
It is the question.
For what I did, yes, I think I deserve to die.
He acknowledges that his actions warrant the ultimate punishment, but the question represents the weight of his crimes. Carroll Edward Eddie Cole, born in Sioux City, Iowa, on May 9, 1938, is known as an American serial killer, responsible for the deaths of at least 15 women and 1 boy between 19...
Why just 1 boy, though? Could you just not, like, get coochie, so you started, like, bro on some weird shit. But anyway...
1947 and 1980. Cole's troubled life began with a tumultuous upbringing, marked by his parents' strained relationship and his mother's infidelity. While his father fought in World War II, his mother exposed Cole to her extramarital affairs, threatening him into silence. This upbringing led to torment at school, where he faced ridicule due to his feminine name. At age 8, Cole's suppressed anger and desire for revenge manifested in the drowning of one of his classmates, Dwayne. Though authorities initially deemed it an accident, Cole later confessed to to the calculated act of retribution against his mother. As a teenager, Cole committed petty crimes, leading to arrests for drunkenness and theft.
Damn.
After a brief stint in the US Army, he was discharged for stealing pistols. Cole's violent fantasies and fear of women
Bro is discharged from stealing pistols from the army. Like, are we dead ass?
led him to contact the police and confess his disturbing thoughts.
That had to have been a dishonorable discharge. There's no way that wasn't a dishonorable.
He spent time in mental hospitals, where doctors noted his inability to engage in sexual intercourse without killing women. Diagnosed with
Called it. He can't get the coochie. He has to kill him and do the other ish. You know what I'm saying? Bro's weird.
Social personality disorder, he was released in 1963. He moved to Dallas, Texas, where he married and later set fire to a motel due to suspicions of his wife's infidelity. His arson conviction resulted in a prison sentence. Upon release, Cole attempted to strangle an 11-year-old girl, which led to...
I might just beat up a wall right now. What the fuck did I just hear? Oh nah, he needed to die.
to another prison term. Astonishingly, despite his
wild,
murderous
bro.
fantasies, he was not detained when doctors decided against it, and he returned to San Diego. A series of gruesome murders marked Cole's adult life. He justified his actions by claiming his victims reminded him of his adulterous mother. His capture came after becoming a suspect in one murder and being found at the scene of another. During questioning, Cole confessed to all the murders, admitting to killing at least 14 women over the previous 9 years. However, he was unsure of the exact number due to his intoxicated state during the crimes. Cole faced trial and received a life sentence for 3 murders in Texas in 1981. In 1984, he agreed to face additional murder charges in Nevada, resulting in a death sentence. Despite efforts by anti-death penalty activists to have his sentence commuted, Cole resisted their attempts. On December 6, 1985, he was executed by lethal injection at Nevada State Prison. Shortly after his death, his brain was removed for examination.
What the fuck? Hey, they got to, though. They got to remove the brain, see what the fuck was going on in there. Because something was not right. Bro killed 14 women and
Wesley
1 man.
Allen Dodd. In 1989, the world was shocked by the heinous crimes committed by Wesley Allen Dodd. This is the story of the man who kidnapped, sexually molested, and murdered young boys, as revealed in an interview. Dodd's dark journey began when he was
Oh, he had a dark past. You know he had a dark past, though.
arrested in 1989 for attempting to kidnap a young boy from a movie theater in Camas, Washington. However, during police questioning, the truth emerged. Dodd had sexually abused and killed 3 other boys in recent months. Shockingly, Dodd estimated that he had molested around 175 children throughout a 15-year period. Born into an unhappy home, Dodd's troubled childhood may have contributed to his criminal behavior. At 13, he began exposing himself to little kids through his bedroom window. He went on to molest 2 of his younger cousins and continued
But what you mean by that, bro? Like, there's no fucking way.
his crimes, primarily targeting neighborhood children while babysitting. Despite multiple arrests, Dodd received lenient punishments, reinforcing his belief that nobody cared about his actions. In 1981, Dodd enlisted in the U.S. Navy, but was discharged due to allegations of offering money to young boys in exchange for sexual acts.
Bro, what the fuck? Why? Like, why? Bro, he's the Diddy before Diddy was Diddy. Are we serious? What the fuck?
In subsequent years, he faced further arrests for child molestation attempts. Although he received counseling, Dodd openly admitted that it did not affect his desire to harm children. The extent of Dodd's depravity was revealed through his diary, which contained plans for kidnapping, torture, sexual abuse, and murder. On September 3rd,
I did not just see a fucking diagram of how he was gonna...
Let me show you how to block this ad. First, you're
Yo,
gonna click
fuck
on this
these
video,
ads.
then you're gonna download Pi. It's an ad
This
blocker
fake
that's
ass AI ass
1989,
fucking shit.
he acted on one of his chilling plans, luring 2 young brothers, Cole and William Neer, off a path in a park. Dodd bound, sexually abused, and ultimately stabbed the boys to death. Their bodies
Bro,
were
what
found
the
by a
fuck?
hiker just minutes later. Less than 2 months later, Dodd targeted another victim, 4-year-old Lee Aseley, whom he abducted from a playground in Portland, Oregon. He
How do you kill 3 kids and get the fuck away with it and then go back for more? Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
took Lee to his apartment
the
where he
fuck?
subjected him to repeated sexual abuse, photographing him in the process. The following morning, Dodd killed Lee by choking him and then hanging him from a rod in his closet. Dodd's reign of terror was halted when he attempted to kidnap 6-year-old James Kirk from a movie theater restroom. Kirk fought back, drawing attention and leading to Dodd's capture by witnesses. Dodd eventually confessed to the murders of Aseley and the Neer brothers. Police discovered his photographs, diary, and even the homemade torture rack in his apartment. In a haunting interview, Wesley Alan Dodd reveals his chilling motives and troubled past before his impending execution.
Bro had a torture rack for little boys, bro. Like, are we dead ass, bro? What the fuck?
His words, though unsettling, shed light on his disturbing mindset and actions. When asked why he desires execution, Dodd responds with a bone-chilling admission. He believes he would kill again if given the chance.
Why do you want to be executed? I have to be. Because I will kill again. No, I would do it again. I've been molesting kids nonstop since I was 13 years old, over half my life. Anything happened, I can guarantee I'd do it again, and sooner or later I would kill another child.
He admits to engaging in relentless acts of molestation for a significant portion of his life, stating that he would repeat these heinous acts without hesitation. Furthermore, Dodd chillingly admits that he would eventually take another person's life.
I'm not going to say who, but there is somebody out there. There's a man out there.
He confesses to having committed such atrocities in the past, and disturbingly, he reveals his enjoyment of these acts during that time. When questioned about his impending execution, Dodd explains that it is a necessary step to prevent further harm. He believes that his execution would serve as a deterrent, causing potential molesters to think twice before committing such abhorrent acts.
I think it would. I think
Oh, of course my camera's not focused.
Few child molesters, anyway, are going to think twice before they do anything again.
He admits to moments of reflection where he contemplates the horrifying statements made by his victims before their untimely deaths. These memories haunt him, making it difficult to cope. However, he also mentions attempting to suppress these thoughts, attempting to block them out of his mind.
At times, it's not easy.
Now it should be good.
I said there's times I think about what I've done. I think about some of the things the boys said before they died, and that's real hard to think about. At other times, I just try to put everything out of my mind.
Asked if he looks forward to dying, Dodd responds with a complex mixture of relief and resignation. He believes that death would bring an end to his torment, freeing him from the burden of his disturbing thoughts and actions.
In a way, yeah, I think it'd be a relief. I don't have to think about all these things anymore.
Yo,
I don't know, that's the
get bro the fuck up out of here. He don't even need to be talking right now. Bro needs to die.
only way I can guarantee I'm not going to hurt anybody else.
In his
Bro, I'm scared for what they're gonna do to you when you get in the jail, bro. Like, fuck that.
twisted logic, he sees death as the only guarantee that he will no longer pose a threat to others. While he claims not to want to die at this moment, he acknowledges the inevitability and proximity of his execution. In this unsettling interview, Wesley Allen Dodd's admissions provide a horrifying glimpse into the mind of a serial killer. His desire for execution stems from a twisted certainty that he would continue his reign of terror, making it evident that his actions have left an indelible mark on both his victims and society as a whole. While incarcerated, Dodd wrote a pamphlet titled "When You Meet a Stranger," aiming to educate children about potential dangers. He faced skepticism regarding his motives, but some parents and teachers acknowledged its value in teaching children to protect themselves. Dodd also formed an unexpected connection with a woman whose father had died from a lack of a kidney transplant. Her 8-year-old son, Noah, began corresponding with Dodd, and the two developed a bond. Number 3. Velma Bullard. Velma Bullard, later known as Velma Barfield, was born into a low-income family in South Carolina on October 29, 1932. Her life of crime began early when she noticed the financial disparity between herself and her classmates. To afford small luxuries, she started stealing pocket money from her father. However, when her father discovered her actions and punished her, it marked the end of her childhood theft. Velma's adolescence was marked by sexual abuse from her father, leading her to seek escape from her home. At 17, she married her high school boyfriend, Thomas Burke, and they had 2 children together. Velma took a...
Could you imagine getting married in high school, though? Like, actually. Like, think about that for 1 second. Because we usually wait till, like, you know, like about 25, about 30s. You know, some people even wait later than that. But, like, bro, high school, bro. They were married in high school, bro.
Job at a textile plant, but had to leave due to medical issues that necessitated an emergency hysterectomy. This surgery, combined with her husband's increasing alcohol consumption, left her feeling isolated. To cope, she began taking prescription drugs such as Librium and Valium, visiting multiple doctors for prescriptions. After a heated argument with her husband, Velma left the house with her children, leaving Thomas alone. Tragically, the house caught fire under mysterious circumstances, resulting in her
Fucking Thomas did it.
husband's death and the destruction of their home. Velma and her children moved back in with her parents, only for her mother to fall ill soon after their return. Her mother's
Please welcome an absolutely new crossover.
These ads.
Free-to-play multiplayer action game about battles and cool...
illness went unnoticed as Velma began working as a caretaker for various individuals, 2 of whom also fell ill and died while under her care. During this time, Velma married Jennings Barfield, a widower. After an argument, Jennings became mysteriously ill and died of a heart attack. Once again, Velma and her children moved back in with her parents. Her father eventually succumbed to lung cancer, a death unrelated to Velma's actions. As a caretaker, she continued to be employed by families in the community. However, suspicion arose when 2 couples she worked for fell ill and died. Additionally, a new boyfriend named Stuart
Yo, is everybody just dying she's around? What the fuck?
Taylor discovered Velma stealing from him and forging his checks before passing away mysteriously. Following Stuart's funeral, an anonymous tip led to a police investigation. Autopsies revealed traces of arsenic from rat poison in Stuart's system. This discovery prompted authorities to re-examine the deaths in Velma's life, finding the same
Aw, GG. She killed them all.
brand of rat poison in the bodies of her other victims. Velma eventually confessed to 4 of the murders and received a death sentence. Despite attempts from psychiatric witnesses to prevent her execution, she was convicted. She became the first woman to be executed since 1962, when the death penalty was reinstated. Throughout the trial, Velma's age,
I think it read right there under that. It said 1984 was her last meal.
motherly appearance and soft southern accent starkly contrasted with her confession as a serial killer. Her victims, including her mother, Stuart Taylor, John Henry Lee, and Dolly Edwards, were all found to have been poisoned with arsenic-laced food or drink. Velma's motive was financial, as she struggled with prescription drug addiction and resorted to theft. The defense argued that Velma intended to keep her victims ill until she could repay the stolen money and gain their gratitude by nursing them back to health. However, this defense crumbled under the prosecution's argument that Velma failed to inform doctors about the real cause of her victims' illnesses, thereby preventing potential life-saving treatment. Despite her remorse and public displays of mourning for each victim, Velma's conviction and death sentence were upheld. The local prosecutor, Joe Freeman Britt, the deadliest prosecutor in the nation, played a pivotal role in her trial. Velma's lengthy appeals garnered attention due to her gender, age, prison-influenced embrace of Christianity, and remorse. Before her execution, she was initially held at the Women's Correctional Facility in Raleigh. She was later moved to Raleigh's Central Prison due to security concerns. As the only woman prisoner in the facility, Barfield later resided in virtual isolation, situated in a cell just across from the execution chamber. In the interview before her execution, she said her closeness to the chamber serves as a constant reminder of her likely fate and complete isolation from the people she had been with for nearly
Yeah, could you imagine sitting in isolation and looking at the death chamber right beside you, though? Like, actually going fucking insane knowing you're about to die.
6 years.
It's total,
She rat poisoned all them men, though. Fuck that.
isolation from everybody that I had been with for almost 6 years.
Barfield attributes her descent into a life of crime to drug addiction. She became dependent on tranquilizers during a difficult period in her life. Reflecting on the past 10 years, she describes it as a drug-induced nightmare, where she often lost track of her whereabouts and actions.
The last 10 years was just like that. Years of a drug nightmare. Days of not knowing where you are or what you've done.
Her attorney prevents her from discussing whether she was fully aware of her actions at the time of her crimes. However, during her imprisonment, Barfield claims to have found solace in her relationship with God. She believes that her faith has been instrumental in helping her endure the challenges of confinement. She acknowledges that living in prison is an ongoing struggle, even during the best of times, and she credits her strength and resilience to her connection with God.
Living in prison every day is a struggle, even at its best. And I know that without him and his strength that has sustained me, I couldn't have made it even thus far.
Barfield, now drug-free and remorseful, expresses deep regret for the pain she has caused others. She apologizes for the harm inflicted on numerous individuals, expressing a sincere desire to bear their burdens if possible.
I'm sorry for the hurt that I've caused so many people.
She's not sorry. She's sorry she got caught and has to die for it.
Today, if it were possible, I wish that I could take every bit of hurt on myself.
In her circumstances, Barfield grappled with the weight of her impending fate. Isolated from the outside world and aware of the consequences awaiting her, she sought solace in her faith and strived to make amends for her past actions. In the end, wearing pink pajamas and consuming a final meal of Coca-Cola and cheese doodles, Velma was executed by lethal injection.
I'm not having that as my last meal. Y'all gonna catch me eating a fucking T-bone steak with goddamn mac and cheese with a burger. Give me some McDonald's too with that homemade burger. And man, I need some fries. You might as well hit Taco Bell, maybe the Waffle House. I mean, GG, bro. Y'all thought y'all was cooking the last meal. Y'all might as well call it the last dinner, because it's over with.
Velma Barfield's case remains significant for being the first execution of a woman in America in 22 years. Number 4, Ted Bundy.
We're going to end it there on number 3. If y'all want me to do the rest of this video, do let me know in the comments. If this hits about 10 likes, I'll do the part 2 of this, and I'll keep it saved for y'all. But if y'all like this video, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.